Okay, hi guys. You know I do everything, and I am a nail tech, so I'm going to try to help you with some tips and tricks that I've learned doing nails in the 150 years I've been doing it. So, a couple of things. Now, I put the tips on. That's pretty much self-explanatory. Now, you have to make sure that when you're doing your nails, that you get the natural shine off the top of your nails or the product will not stick. That is why we get lifting, and that's why we get fungus and we get everything under there. Now, there are some salons that do not rough the nails up first. I'll give you 3 guesses who I'm talking about. They make you look pretty, if that makes sense to you. Anyway, they don't do that. So, unfortunately, their nails most of the time don't last, even though they do look pretty. But my phone is actually falling, sorry, as I do this. Anyway, so I've roughed them up a little bit. Now, the key to making sure that your nails, the key to making your nails not lift on the backside is you have to get the cuticle area really well. Now, my cuticles have been put through the ringer. I treat my hands like I'm a man. I've ripped my knuckle off here with a router. I've killed myself here with a blade from an ice machine. So I have sort of man hands. But I have very, very thick cuticles and hard areas around here, so it doesn't hurt very much. Be very careful when you're going around the edges to clean up. But this area right here is what you need to focus on. If this is not clean and everything is off that nail, you will get lifting. So I have this wonderful bit that I use for the back half of my cuticles, but you must use this on a very slow speed. But this bit is from, I believe it's Atwood Industries. Tabitha Scott is the one that turned me on to these bits. And hi Tabitha, thank you for all your help, me watching all your videos too. Even us professionals need some help here and there. So she's taught me a couple of things, and some of the products she recommended are excellent. So this very slow speed, you need to go around and you need to get this back cuticle area really, really well, really clean. Like I said, my cuticles are a mess. But if this is not clean on me, I will get lifting. So it's a very, very, very slow speed that I've got going on here. My cuticles are so strong I can even go over my cuticle with this bit. This is a diamond bit. But you clean that area back there really good and you will have no problem. And again, I can't stress enough, clean that cuticle area. So now this bit, also from Atwood Industries, again, thank you Tabitha. This bit, I go back over, if I can get my drill to turn on, sorry, I'm going to go back over, and now I even go across the actual cuticle itself and clean that up also. I am not the best teacher. I hope this helps you. I'm just giving you the steps of things that have helped me let my nails last forever. I am not the best nail tech out there. There are so many more talented artists than me, but there are some things I wish I would have known that, you know, like I said, when I went to nail school, it was 150 years ago, so there's all kinds of new techniques and tricks out there since when I learned, so I thought maybe I'd pass them along to you. Anyway, so that's nice and cleaned up. Really clean. Alright, so the next step, there's a couple of things combinations that I found that also help. So, we all know that we have to use a primer, and we all know that we should use a pH bond. So, what I do, in the order in which I do it, is, okay, so I have the Gelish pH, I have CND, the nail primer, and I also have Young Nail Protein Bond. This helps tremendously. So my combination, and again, I'm not right or wrong, I just find what works for me. So first I put the primer on, and I let that sit for a few minutes. Then I will put some pH bonder on, if I can get it open. Don't use your teeth like I just did. I am not in a salon, I'm in my home, so that wouldn't have been very professional. But then I put the pH bond on. Again, you don't want to really get this on your skin if you can avoid it, but any area where your natural nail is, that's what should be put on. You don't have to put it on the tip. And then the last step, I put this protein bond on. After it's dry and I'm ready to put the acrylic on, I will put another coat of this on just before I start. And that helps the bond tremendously. And it lasts forever. My nails can grow all the way out to the tip and then fall off before they lift. So this really helps me. Okay, so this is my own stuff at the house. I know, ignore the condition of my tools. I would never use these tools on a customer. It's sort of, I bring the leftovers home and use them on myself. I am using Young Nail Speed Clear and the monomer. And I love Young Nail. A, it's a little cheaper than the rest, and B, I find it gives you a little more working time. And I like to do smaller beads. I don't do one of those big giant beads. I'm kind of a perfectionist when it comes to the shape of my nail. I like square. I am not into the stiletto or the coffin or any of that stuff. I am old school and I don't like change. So I figure if you lay the product correctly the first time, you have much less filing and shaping to do later. So I like to take my time. So this Speed Clear does give me enough time to make sure that I can get that product right where I want it. So now that I'm onto the back bead, I go in there and I place that back bead real close to the cuticle, and then I bring it down. Now, if you have a customer, I forgot to tell you, if you have a customer who says it's burning, sometimes the chemicals react with some of your customers' skin, and they say, oh, it's burning, or it's getting hot. Alcohol is your friend. Spray them with alcohol, and it'll stop that burning sensation. Sometimes primer does that. Sometimes the acrylic does it. Okay, so once you lay the product, and again, I do my way, you do your way. I'm not telling anybody how to do this. I'm just trying to give you some tips on what I found works best for me. So once I get everything in there the way I want, clean up the edges, make sure there's nothing on the skin. Then I look this way, then I look this way, then I look this way to make sure. Now, it could take me 3 hours to do my own nails, but I would never be able to take this much time with a customer. It's much easier doing a customer's nails than it is your own. And I'm not the best video person, so if I'm out of focus or this is driving people crazy, I apologize. It's the first time I've ever videoed doing my own nails. Okay, I'm not going to make this a super long video either. Now, there you go. Product's on. I got the shape I want. We're going to let that dry. I move on to the next nail. I do another dab of the protein. I put the acrylic on, let it dry, and then I'll show you my design.